after Easter. How was Easter for you guys?
Great. We spent it up in Camp David. As a whole family, my dad used to say family's the beginning, middle, and end. We had them all up there. We went to Mass on Saturday, and we had a great Easter egg hunt. We actually take these plastic eggs and put some dollars in them.
Oh, nice. Little cash.
We're still missing one.
So the Easter egg roll is about to start. We had a little problem with the weather, but now the volunteers are getting set. And Dr. Biden, what's the theme this year? This is something close to your heart.
It is. You know, I've been a teacher for over 30 years, so this is education.
Monday, April the 1st, I appear to have upset the MAGAs because I dared make a little joke about Baron Trump being the tallest teenager in America. It was a joke, but apparently, if you're a Trumpy Trump, you don't really have a sense of humour. Thin skin. This is something I think the Biden camp, who to me are doing two strategies. First of all, having a laugh, having a joke at Trump and co, because he has a very thin skin. And Biden, I would say, out of any other political person in America, probably knows Trump more. You get the idea he's driving this, and it really, you can tell when most of us are sleeping and getting a little bit of shut-eye, Trump's on Truth Social, responding, reacting, is all over the place. The other thing which President Biden can do, which I suspect Trump is a bit nervous and scared to do, is appear on like your big TV shows like Good Morning America, the Today Show. Trump clearly just relies on Fox News and those that are regurgitating the same old nonsense. But at some stage, it's going to be clear. Swing state voters are going to be where the election is decided. And I suspect some of them are not glued to Fox 24/7. They do watch a little bit of Good Morning America, a little bit of other shows where it's not just one particular narrative with lies, misinformation to repeat. Yeah? So, good on President Biden this Monday joining our Roker. We'll play you a little bit of that. Love to know your thoughts, because Chris Wallace has, he's of the opinion, he's asking the question, can Biden out-Trump Trump? I don't think it's a question of trying to get down in the mud with Trump. I just think it's a question of putting a few jokes out and standing up to the barrage of misinformation that the Trumps and all of their people on social media rely on. It's bullshit.
So as you can see, there's something for everybody here. So we have science projects, we have phys ed class, you can learn about the solar eclipse that's coming, we have a reading nook, we have dinosaurs, something for everybody. Because education just doesn't happen in the classroom.
And as this gets rolling, between now and about 7 o'clock, you'll have 50,000 kids rolling eggs. When you think back on this time so far, what are some of your favorite memories, Mr. President?
Well, my favorite memories are the little girl who was having trouble with her eggs. She looked at me, she's about 3 years old, and said, "Can you help me with the president?" Can you help me? So I gave her a push. That's my favorite one.
You know, 1878, this started with Rutherford B. Hayes. I think I met him, but, what is it?
A classmate of mine.
One of your classmates. What is so special about this egg roll?
Well, what's so special is this is the people's house. And we expect over 40,000 people to be here, the largest ever. And we just like to open it up the place and let people see this is their place. Mm-hmm. And it always makes me feel good to look out there and see average Americans just walking around looking at what's going on, because they own it. They own it.
So here we are. You're in what's probably your final campaign, and and people are like saying, "Well, I don't know. I'm not so crazy about whatever I've got." What's your message to people about why they've got to engage and get out there to vote?
Well, I think people are going to surprise people again. They're going to engage. An overwhelming response when we're out on the road. Look, we have tens of thousands of people contributing $5, $10 a pop. We've opened up 100 headquarters. We have people waiting to just get engaged. I mean, I just think people are so tired of the negativity that is propagated that they just want to get engaged. They want to change things. And I'm optimistic. I really am.
When people are saying, but Mr. President, I'm feeling, my buck isn't going as far. What do you say to those folks about the economy and what's going on?
Well, I say we have the best economy in the world. We got to make it better. We really do have the best economy in the world. Jobs are up more than they've ever been. We're in a situation where the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years is maintained. We have people look, I think we're going to find out that what happened as a consequence of the crisis we had in health is going to have a lasting effect. And we just got to get people to move again. But we're ready. I mean, I think the country's ready to come together in a way that I mean that sincerely. I'm truly optimistic.
Yeah, and how are you feeling going into this last campaign?
I feel great. You know, I've been traveling across the country. People are ready to go, and we're going to win this.
And as far as, you know, your memories of this house, you know, I mean, we're assuming, I don't know what the future holds, but what are your favorite memories about this place?
Our kids jumping in bed with us, our grandkids when they're down here, just sneaking up and jumping in bed with us. That's my favorite memory here. They love it. They love wandering through the halls. There's 2 floors upstairs, a lot of bedrooms. It's a private residence. And they just love coming down.
Well, thank you for opening up the house for the Easter egg rolls.
This is your house, pal.
All right.
There's just a loaner for me.
I'm going to stop by the kitchen.
All right. You got to do that. They have great cooks.
Mrs.
Nice
Biden.
to
Oh, by
see
the way,
you.
I'm going to Ben's Chili Bowl after this. If you'd like to join me for a half smoke.
Be careful.
Yeah?
Be careful. Like a poor relative. I show up when I'm invited.
All right, come on down. Guys, back to you.
First, a rare scene in politics. 3 American presidents together in New York City in a sign of party unity. But much of their focus and attacks were about the other guy from the other party, who also held the Oval Office.
We got 3 presidents in the building tonight.
A presidential trifecta at Radio City Music Hall. Joe Biden enlisting former presidents Obama and Clinton for a historic fundraiser that was closed to video cameras except for the campaigns.
That sounds like a party to me.
Biden raising more than $25 million, adding to his growing war chest, which far outpaces Trump's. But money is not Biden's only weapon. The president sharpening his personal attacks, going after Trump the way Trump belittles his opponents.
I'd be happy to play. I told him once before, I said, I'll give you 3 strokes if you carry your own bag.
And it got tougher from there.
A little old and out of shape.
Biden's staffers now calling Trump feeble, confused, and weak. But as we learned in 2016, beating Trump at his own game is not easy.
Have you seen his hands? They're like this. And you know what they say about men with small hands? You can't trust them.
He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem.
I was there that night. It was in marketing, various insults like broke Don and low energy Don, both of which I think are kind of weak. And the question I have, what do we think of the chances that Biden or his staff can come up with a killer nickname like Crooked Hillary? And should he even try?
Don't think it's a good idea. Look, Trump has shown that nobody can outdo him at this game, but you can tell that the Team Biden feels the need to keep the attention on Trump. And they know that to the extent Trump is dominating the headlines, they can keep the attention on him and not talk about the Biden administration's record. That is good for him. I'm sorry, though. Calling him old and feeble is not going to make up for the fact that their own guy is old and feeble. That's a losing argument.
I think social media, we live in a social media age. And I think, there's things like Don Corleone. That's actually a pretty good one. But that wasn't the Biden people. Their social media is excellent. The Biden team, whoever's running it, is really smart and focuses a lot on the policy. And so I think you have to operate in these zones, no matter how you slice it, because the press pays attention, other politicians pay attention, and it creates memes that move along.
Yeah, so I agree with you that he shouldn't try to out-Trump Trump, and that going after Trump in a way is good fan service for his own base, and he needs to show that he's fighting and stuff. But I agree with Eliana that specifically the terms old and feeble, if it's a debate about who's older and feebler, I don't think those are on Biden's turf. That's not Biden's turf.
Although if he shows himself to be vibrant, which he did at this event, he's shown it to be at the State of the Union address, then it becomes interesting. Why not shove it back in his face?
I think he has to show that he's out there, that he's vigorous, and unfortunately we are in the I'm, rubber and you're glue and whatever I say sticks back to you. I mean, that's kind of where we're at now in terms of these two men. They're both old, and so them pointing each other fingers at each other is just where we're at.
Lulu, let me